We have here we have here Jesus saying at once, "Who touched me?" You know, I used to ride the New York City subways for many years, and the question was more often, "Who didn't?" When Jesus asked this question, I think he knew the answer. He knew who touched him. But by asking this allows him to teach. It allows him to bring the people into focus. Look at what just happened. Focus on this. And what does he teach about? He teaches about faith. Faith. I want you to focus on the faith. Look at what happened here. He's teaching them that this was more than a simple physical healing. It was a physical healing. She was healed. But Jesus is not only a physical healer, he's more. Jesus is God. And he teaches us, have faith in God, period. How often I say, our faith is the strongest when our choices are the fewest. I say it a lot of times when I go to the hospital, and we say, you know what, I don't have any more choices. I have to now believe. I have to have faith because I tried everything that I thought I could do. I wish my faith were always that strong. How often, rather than having faith in God, when it's not at the extreme, when I'm not on the verge, do I put my faith in me? I know what to do. I figured this out. Or do I put my faith in my knowledge? I read this book. I know how to do this. Or do I put my faith in my wallet? Well, it wouldn't be this fat if I wasn't doing something right. How often do I put my faith in something that's less than God? That's why Jesus is pointing this out to them. She had faith in me. And this is the result of that. I know how often in my life God has pulled me back as I'm falling off the cliff. Different situations that have occurred to me that it's like at the last second I got pulled back, and very often I wondered after the fact, or I'd pray after the fact and say, why did you wait until I was at that point? Why did you wait till I was actually going? Couldn't you have been there, guide me away from the edge there that stopped me from getting to that point? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you grab me as I was doing that? And I think that the answer is because you didn't ask. Wow. Because I didn't ask. Because I waited till the point that I had no other choice than to believe, as opposed to making that a part of my life. You wouldn't have been that close to the edge if I was part of all your decision making. I try so often to have faith in me. I know how to get through this. I know how this should be done. And not have faith in him. And this is the point that Jesus is making to them right now. How much easier my life, or how much better my life would have been if I trusted Jesus on a more regular basis. And this is what he's pointing out to the people. See this. See what's available to you if you have faith. Now he says this to her and the people around, and this spreads. Obviously, this spreads. You see what that guy just did? When the little girl is raised, he ends it with, "Don't tell anyone." This is pretty common in the Gospel of Mark. Very often he'll say, keep this between us, so don't tell anybody. Because he wants us to remember the points that we said before. I'm not just some kind of miraculous healer, and that's what people are going to think. So in this case, I don't want you to tell because they'll lose sight of who I really am. Remember what he said to Mary Magdalene when he came back, and he says to her, don't cling to this human expression of me, because I am more than healer. I am more than rabbi. I am God. Wow. Wow. So, the faith that he's looking for is faith in knowing that he is God, in knowing that he knows what we need, that, I could be thinking of myself without even saying out loud. This woman with the hemorrhage wasn't announcing it. It wasn't something that seems that it would be obvious to anybody else. But he knows, and she had faith in him, and that is what saved. She came to him and he healed her. And we think, what is happening even beyond the physical healing, this faith? What does this action of Jesus bring about? Well, part of what it brings about is the return to the community. He says, give her something to eat. You know, for the Hebrews, and in that culture, and in many cultures today too, eating is a community event. You know, it's eating is always done with family. Eating is done with, possibly with friends. For many people, it's not, give me a sandwich and I'm going to go in a corner. It's about community. And that's why Jesus says, give her something to eat, because I want her at your table. I want you together. I want her to be part of it. She's not done. Jesus returns her to her community. You know, for the woman with the hemorrhage, that flow of blood would have prevented her from being allowed to enter into the temple. But now she could enter back into that worshiping community. Now she could be part of the community where she belonged. Now she could be fully who she was meant to be. She was meant to be back in that community, worshiping God. Obviously, this leads us to today. Today. You know, it's kind of preaching to the choir when I'm preaching to people who are already here. But it is time. You're here already. And just like that woman, we want the news to spread through us to others. It is time to return to the community. You know, sometimes I wonder, and I ask people, do you have faith that Walmart or Stop and Shop is going to keep you safe? Have faith in Jesus. Return here. Or do I have faith in government rules that our children are now safe in school? Have faith in Jesus. Return here. Coming soon, in August 15th, the bishop's dispensation from the obligation to attend Sunday Mass will end on August 15th. But we don't have to wait till August 15th. You're here. You can tell others, return now. Jesus is here. Have faith and return now. Now, obviously, there are people, like with this woman, who have conditions that might not be obvious, that might not be seen, that won't be able to return yet. But if I'm going to Walmart, Stop and Shop, school, or any place else, can I return here now? We come here, and we come to where Jesus is waiting patiently for us. He says, I never left. Come here now. Because, you know what, the congregation, we need you. We need you for us to be whole. Not only are you made whole, but by coming here, you make us, without you, the best we can be is the 99 sheep that were left on the side when he went and hunted the last one. We can't be 100. We can't be whole until you get back here. So we need you here. It is good for you, but it's good for us. So we pray that you can return to church so that you can be whole and that we can be whole. We pray, God, help me this time not to wait until I'm falling off the cliff to call out to you. Help me this time to have such a regular routine with you that you're already helping me. You're already healing me from the small things before they turn monstrous. Help me in our lives as you call us together to be with you. You know where I'm going with this. They're going to put it on my tombstone ever since I came here. We're in it together. Jesus does this for this woman so that others can see. He purposely makes sure this isn't just me and her. Disciples, do you see what happened? Yeah, we see what just happened. Crowd, do you see what? Yeah, we see what just happened. I did this for you. Jesus is letting them know, I'm saving you as a people. As a people. Not simply her, not simply this child, not me, not you, not you, not you. He's saving us. He is saving each one of us, but he's saving us as a people. You will be my flock, and I will be your shepherd. As part of his flock, we return as fast as we can. This is where we belong. This is where we are made whole. We individually And we as a congregation, we're whole when we're here. We pray, God, help me to recognize you. Help me to call out to you before I have spent, as the woman did, everything I had, hunting down everything else and only come to you at the end. I don't have to wait to that point. I can come back now.